Money presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Sunil Verma. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserts government has not only transformed lives but also helped the poor in overcoming poverty. Campaigning for Mizoram Assembly elections and first phase of Chhattisgarh Assembly polls to end this evening. Top leaders of BJP and Congress to campaign for assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address election rallies in Seoni and Khandwa today. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejects US's call for a ceasefire, intensifies air and ground assault on Gaza City and northern Gaza. And in ICC Men's Cricket World Cup, clash of two titans on the cards as unbeaten team India to face rejuvenated South Africa at historic Eden Gardens at Kolkata. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has stated that the 2024 general election results will be beyond barriers. Addressing Hindustan Times Leadership Summit in New Delhi last evening, Mr. Modi said the people of the country are going to break all the barriers and support BJP in 2024 elections. He pointed out that his government has broken many real and perceived barriers to lay the foundation for building a developed India.
मैं जनता के बीच जीने वाला इंसान हूँ, पॉलिटिकल आदमी हूँ तो और जनप्रतिनिधि हूँ तो मुझे उसमें कुछ एक संदेश दिखता है। आमतौर पर ओपिनियन पोल चुनाव के कुछ हफ्ते पहले आते हैं और बताते हैं क्या होने वाला है, लेकिन आपने साफ संकेत दे दिया है कि देश की जनता इस बार सारे बैरियर्स तोड़कर हमारा समर्थन करने वाली है। 2024 इलेक्शन रिजल्ट्स विल बी बियॉन्ड बैरियर्स।
The Prime Minister said the government has not only transformed lives but also helped the poor in overcoming poverty.
भारत में बढ़ता हुआ मिडिल क्लास और कम होती हुई गरीबी, ये दो फैक्टर्स एक बहुत बड़ी इकोनॉमिक साइकिल का आधार बन रहे हैं। गरीबी को स्लोगन से नहीं, सॉल्यूशन से ही लड़ा जा सकता है। गरीबी को नारे से नहीं, नीति और नियत से ही हराया जा सकता है।
Mr. Modi said that India has been actively breaking barriers since 2014. He said the real barrier in front of this country was dynasty politics and nepotism. He stated that everyone is accepting today that good economics can also be good politics. He emphasized that his government's better economic policies have opened new avenues of progress in the country. He added that the number of those filing income tax returns has almost doubled in 2023 to 7.5 crore in 10 years. He noted that the middle class of the country is standing at the forefront of every development journey, be it sports, startups, space or technology. Campaigning for Mizoram Assembly elections and first phase of Chhattisgarh Assembly polls will come to an end this evening. Mizoram will go for a single phase of assembly polls on November the 7th to elect 40 members of the Mizoram Legislative Assembly. Counting will take place on December the 3rd. In Chhattisgarh, electioneering will end in 20 assembly constituencies where voting is to be held on the 7th of November. In the Maoist-affected Bastar division of the state, many polling parties are being airlifted to polling booths through helicopters. We have more from our correspondent.
Out of the 20 assembly constituencies where voting is to be held under the first phase in Chhattisgarh, 12 are in Maoist-affected Bastar division. 2,900 polling booths have been established in Bastar division. Of these, 650 are sensitive. This time, 196 polling booths have been shifted for security reasons. Apart from this, 126 polling booths have been opened in such villages where in this election, people will get the facility to vote in their own village for the first time after independence. The process of sending polling teams to remote and Maoist affected polling booths in Bastar division has started. For 150 most sensitive polling booths, polling parties are being sent by helicopter. Vikalp Shukla, Akashvani News, Raipur.
In Madhya Pradesh, the election campaign is now at its peak. Along with the ruling BJP, the opposition Congress has also fielded its senior leaders in the election campaign. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address election meetings in Seoni and Khandwa of Madhya Pradesh today. A total of 2,533 candidates are in the fray in Madhya Pradesh. Voting will be held in the state on November the 17th, while counting of votes will take place on December the 3rd. At the same time, BJP has expelled its 35 rebel candidates from the state for 6 years. A report.
The election campaign in Madhya Pradesh is now at its peak. Along with the ruling BJP, the opposition Congress has also fielded its senior leaders in the election campaign. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will again be on election campaign in Madhya Pradesh today. The Prime Minister will address public meetings in support of party candidates at 12 noon in Seoni and 3:30 p.m. in Khandwa. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur will also present the party's point of view in Bhopal, Damoh and Harda today. Meanwhile, Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi will participate in rallies in Kukshi and Indore. Party President Mallikarjun Kharge, Senior Leader Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi will hold 22 rallies in the state. Other parties including SP, BSP and Aam Aadmi Party are also busy campaigning in their stronghold. Sanjeev Sharma, Akashvani News, Bhopal.
Senior BJP leader and Union Home Minister Amit Shah will visit Bihar today. He will address a public meeting at Patahi Airport Ground in Muzaffarpur this afternoon. BJP has said the program has been organized to mobilize the voters of 8 parliamentary constituencies of North Bihar, including Muzaffarpur and Vaishali. The visit of Mr. Shah has great significance in the changing political scenario of the state after the recent release of Bihar caste survey by Nitish Kumar-led government. In view of the visit of the union minister, elaborate security arrangements have been made in the area. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. As the war between Israel and Hamas nears its 1 month with no ceasefire in sight, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has rejected the US's call for a ceasefire and stated that his country is going full steam ahead unless the hostages held by Palestinian groups are released. A US official told a television channel that Hamas is blocking foreign nationals from leaving Gaza until Israel guarantees that ambulances from the Palestinian enclave can reach the Rafah crossing to Egypt. The Israel Defense Forces IDF said it will allow people in Gaza to move south on specified streets, despite its troops coming under fire while trying to secure a safe corridor for civilians. In the meantime, Arab countries demand an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, but the US warns this would allow Hamas to regroup. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has met leaders from Lebanon, Qatar and Jordan in Amman and also pushed for humanitarian pauses in the fighting. The IDF has repeatedly called for civilians in Gaza to move south of Wadi Gaza as it has intensified its air and ground assault on Gaza City and northern Gaza, including strikes on densely populated areas and civilian infrastructure that the IDF says is being used by Hamas militants. The third India-Guatemala Foreign Office consultation was held in New Delhi yesterday. In a statement, the Ministry of External Affairs said both the sides agreed to strengthen bilateral relations in several key sectors and a commitment to explore new avenues for economic engagement. The meeting was co-chaired by Secretary East Saurabh Kumar from the Indian side and Vice Minister Carla Gabriela Samayoa Ricari from Guatemala's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. In a social media post, Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Orindam Bagchi said both the sides reviewed bilateral ties and agreed to further strengthen relations in areas of trade, agriculture, health, pharmaceuticals and development partnership. Malaysian Minister of Foreign Affairs Zamri Abdul Qadir will arrive in New Delhi today on a 4-day official visit. During his stay, Dr. Qadir, along with External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, will co-chair the 6th India-Malaysia Joint Commission meeting on Tuesday. In a statement, the Ministry of External Affairs said the Joint Commission meeting will review the progress of enhanced strategic partnership with Malaysia in the areas of political, defence, security, economic, trade and investment, health, science and technology, culture, tourism and people-to-people ties. Dr. Qadir is also scheduled to call on Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar. Bhutan King Jigme Khesar Namgyal Wangchuk undertook a jeep safari at the UNESCO World Heritage Site, Kaziranga National Park in Assam yesterday. On the second day of his visit to the state, the Bhutan King witnessed the flora and fauna of the park at the Kohora Range. Several senior government officials accompanied him in the jeep safari. A cultural program was also held at the Kaziranga Convention Centre in his honour. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma attended the cultural program where the rich traditional culture of the state was showcased. In Punjab, the devotees visiting Gurdwara Sri Kartarpur Sahib in Narowal district of Pakistan through Kartarpur corridor will be able to take ration and other goods for langar along with them. At the initiative of the Union government, a store has been opened in the corridor complex situated in Dera Baba Nanak town of Gurdaspur district. We have a report.
Earlier, the devotees going to Gurdwara Sri Kartarpur Sahib had to face problems to get goods for langar, but now a store named Langar Rasad Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Hut has been opened recently in the corridor complex. The devotees can buy items like onion, ginger, green chilies, tomatoes, garlic, pulses, flour and rice from this store. This step will help devotees to give their share in Guru Ka Langar in Gurdwara Sri Kartarpur Sahib. Shishu Sharma Shantal, Akashvani News, Jalandhar.
In ICC Men's Cricket World Cup, unbeaten Team India will clash with rejuvenated South Africa in an absolutely electrifying match at Eden Gardens in Kolkata. The match will start at 2 this afternoon. Both teams have played 7 matches till now, and India remains the only team unbeaten so far in the tournament. On the other hand, South Africa has only lost 1 match. India is currently at number 1 position with 14 points, followed by South Africa at second place with 12 points. A triumph would solidify India's hold on the leading spot, leaving only 1 match against the Netherlands. Kolkata, known for its tropical climate, generally sees transitioning weather around November. The monsoon season is well past and winter is about to set in, but November is also somewhat unpredictable with possibilities of sporadic showers. Exhilarating performances from sportspersons across the country were witnessed at the 37th National Games in Goa yesterday. Games like hockey, cycling, lawn tennis are ongoing. In addition to these games, the traditional games of India, Kabaddi and Kho-Kho began in the National Games. Maharashtra has retained its lead in the medal table in the National Games with 182 medals, including 64 gold. Defending champion Services Sports Control Board continued to be in second position with a total of 99 medals, including 51 gold medals. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Subhadra Ramachandran.
Thank you, Sunil. The Hindu has quoted the Prime Minister as saying that the Union government's scheme to provide 5 kg of free food grains every month to 80 crore Indians, which was to end this December, will be extended for 5 more years. Calling it a Himalayan tragedy, Hindustan Times reports that 157 people have been killed in the Nepal earthquake, which is the worst since 2015. Referring to today's face-off between India and South Africa in the ongoing ICC World Cup, the Statesman headlines, can birthday boy Kohli propel India to 8th straight win in top-of-table contest against South Africa? Delhi is under a grey haze with AQI in the severe category with no relief for the next 2 days, writes the Times of India. Delhi turns the most polluted city in the world, writes a pioneer. And finally, the Indian Express reports of a unique life-saving surgery where Delhi doctors removed a sewing needle stuck in a 7-year-old's lung using a magnet. With that, it's back to you, Sunil.
Thank you, Subhadra. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserts government has not only transformed lives but also helped the poor in overcoming poverty. Campaigning for Mizoram Assembly elections and first phase of Chhattisgarh Assembly polls to end this evening. Top leaders of BJP and Congress to campaign for Assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address election rallies in Seoni and Khandwa today. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejects US's call for a ceasefire, intensifies air and ground assault on Gaza City and northern Gaza. And in ICC Men's Cricket World Cup, clash of 2 titans on the cards as unbeaten Team India to face rejuvenated South Africa at historic Eden Gardens at Kolkata. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.